Overheat the GPU. But sir, it's too hot. I can't. Just do it. Yes. It's alive. It's alive. Yes, it's alive. Hello everyone, welcome to another super exciting video. We're gonna see if we can do something with these cards here, actually this one specifically. So to give you some background, this is an RX580 that I received for free. I sold someone a 980 Ti hybrid that I converted to Air, which I made a video about before, and you can watch that below. But his card was dead. We put in the 980 Ti and it worked. And so I said, do you want the old one? And he said no. So this is an RX580 XFX there. And this is interesting to me because I have the RX590 XFX, which this is, yeah, the 590 Fat Boy, for two reasons. One, when I bought this card for $20, the guy said it didn't work. It would boot up, but once you load a game, it would go to a black screen. When I tried it in my system, it didn't even boot at all. Then it did boot, then it didn't boot, then it was green. So what I did with this one is I cleaned everything. I overheated the card, which means running the card with the fan stopped to get the GPU to cook a little bit, which is an old trick that we used to do back in the old days. And now this card works, except you have to lower the speed by 10%. But otherwise it works. It's kind of weird. Also, I always wondered why they called it a Fat Boy, and now I see the Fat Boy is taller, has a bigger heatsink than the regular. See, skinny. So this works kind of, sort of. I've used it for a couple, 2 or 3 days, didn't have a problem. And then I haven't played with this yet, so what I'm gonna do first is just try it. I haven't actually tried it myself yet. And always, if you have a problem with your GPU, you want to try it in a different system, right? Just to make sure, confirm the problem. The other thing that's interesting to me is look how clean the card is. I don't see any dust. I mean, it looks brand new. This came from a pre-built iBuyPower PC. Maybe he didn't use it much, I don't know. It's just, it's weird that there's no dust whatsoever. So I'm gonna try it, plug it in, see what happens, and then we'll tear it down, see what's underneath. We'll try an overheat first to see if that'll actually bring anything to life. If that doesn't work, we'll do the trick where you would put this in as a second GPU and then boot from another GPU so you can actually access the card without seeing video and see what the information it says about it. And then possibly, if nothing ever works, we might try to use a heat gun to overheat the GPU, specifically there. I wanted to get a little oven so I could do the oven trick, but I don't have one yet. So, but I do have a heat gun, so hopefully I don't destroy this. The thing is, even if this never works again, it looks so nice. It would just be nice to like put on the wall, you know? That's just like a little display unit because it is in such good condition. So there's our sponsor, Home Depot cardboard box, and we'll be back in a minute. So it did boot, but yeah, we have the matrix going on here. So I'm gonna install the drivers, maybe try to heat it up a little bit and see how it performs. Something's not quite right here. But this is better than the black screen that he told me he was getting, and it didn't boot at all. So heating it up didn't work, same issue. And then I also found out that this has a BIOS switch here. And someone had mentioned if you change the BIOS switch, sometimes that will put you in the other BIOS. And then that would possibly fix the issue. I heated it up for about 2 minutes. It got super hot, and then I let it cool for 5. And same thing. So we're taking it apart. This is a pretty simple card. But if you look, this is like brand new. Look at the thermal pads. There's no dust. The thermal paste is nice and soft. This is the factory application. The sticker was still there on the back for the screws. And so, I don't know. I mean, we could just sell it this way. We can try the heat gun, but I really haven't done that yet, so I don't want to mess it up more. I do notice here, there's a little weirdness. That's just dust. Okay, little dust right there. But yeah, after watching a few videos, it seems like the RX580 has this problem with the artifacting, and it comes down usually to a faulty memory module. So it will still operate, but not correctly. And the solution is to replace the memory module or sometimes reseat it. And so, I'm not sure what we'll do next, but also I noticed in the MSI Afterburner, it said 0 megahertz. The memory said 0 megahertz. The fan speed said 27, even though they weren't turning. And the fans do work when you first turn it on, and then they turn off whenever it boots into Windows. So we'll see some decisions to make here. See how brand new this is. Look at, it's like a brand new card. Super clean. I guess the guy just never used it, the computer, and somehow it just died. So we'll see. I don't know if this will fit on another card. I might steal this heatsink and do something with it. Anyway, intermission. We'll be here. We're trying the heat gun, just going in a circular motion. We do this for 5 minutes. Being a little tender with it right now. I don't want to get too close. And we'll see what that does. Okay, so I did 5 minutes in a circular motion with this little guy. This is only 350 watts. I don't think that's probably good enough. If that doesn't work, I'll do it. I was kind of high. I'll probably do it again, just getting really close into it and trying to be a little more intense. And if that doesn't work, then we'll just put it back together and stick it on the wall or sell it for parts. So we'll be back. So after that, I tried to do another round of heat, putting the gun closer to the chips, and then it failed. The heat gun melted itself or something. Smoke came out. It was just a cheap one from Amazon, and obviously not capable of doing very much. So I think it's time to give up. This was a fail. It's way too much time to be spending on a card you could just buy for $50, but I wanted to see if I could do it. So we'll have to find a new heat gun and get rid of this card, and we'll move on to the next one. Sorry, no results. We'll see you next time.